Whoa, dude, ever just stare at your phone and wonder if it's like dreaming in binary?
Right.
Like, does this cold slab of circuits have, visions? Deep thoughts for a Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Totally.
But get this, Aronofsky, the cat who brought us those beautiful nightmares in Pi and Requiem.
Yeah. The pie guy.
He's vibing with the wizards over at Google DeepMind.
Wait, seriously, Aronofsky and Google, that's,
Yeah.
wow, that's a head trip.
Right, you've got this, like, intensely personal, almost psychedelic filmmaker guy.
Totally, yeah, very visceral.
And he's crashing into this hyper-logical algorithm world of advanced AI. It's like, can these two realities even, like, breathe the same air?
Or is it going to be some kind of, beautiful, chaotic combustion? I mean, wow.
Totally. Google DeepMind, for anyone who's been, I don't know, blissfully offline.
Yeah.
They're the AI gurus at Google, right?
Right, the really cutting edge stuff.
And they're teaming up with Aronofsky to get all freaky with generative AI in movies.
Okay, I'm
They're
like,
calling the venture Primordial Soup. Primordial Soup. Gnarly name. Makes you think of, like, the universe bubbling up, right?
exactly. And their mission, to cook up some rules, kind of, for how AI can play in filmmaking and get this hand the keys over to the artists.
Hand the keys over. Huh. Sounds like a seriously out there experiment.
Yeah.
Is it really handing keys over, though? Or just letting them test drive?
Good question. But Primordial Soup, it's almost too perfect, isn't it? Suggesting this raw, like, fundamental state where something totally new could just pop out.
Yeah, like blip. And Aronofsky's kind of got a point, about tech always being the engine. Filmmaking's always been tech-driven.
Oh, totally. From those grainy first flicks
Those Lumiere brothers, yeah.
to sound, to color, to CGI blowing everything up. Each leap was its own kind of primordial soup for new stories, I guess.
It really was.
For real.
Yeah.
Aronofsky's basically saying, movies have always been about the gadgets, always pushing limits.
Uh-huh.
And he sees Gen AI as the next dimension. He's talking about unleashing hidden storytelling power, which sounds cool, but also, like, what does that mean?
Makes you wonder what kind of tripped out narratives have been locked away, right? Just waiting for the right code. Maybe it's like unlocking a secret level in the game of reality.
Whoa, okay.
But what is that hidden power, though? Is it just patterns in the data, stuff the AI was trained on, just rearranged?
Or is it something else? Like, can the AI actually have a spark, something genuinely new?
Yeah, beyond its programming. It's like asking if a parrot understands the words,
Right.
Or is it just mimicking? Big questions.
Heavy. Okay, and dig this. Google just dropped their latest toys at their big I/O party, VO3, their newest video-spewing AI beast.
Ah, I saw headlines about that, the new video model.
And Flow, this new AI editing thing. And guess who gets first dibs?
Let me guess. The soup guys.
Our cosmic chefs at Primordial Soup. So they've got the freshest ingredients to start whipping up some seriously mind-bending stuff.
Okay, so early access, that's actually key. It suggests as a real collaboration, right? Not just Google saying, here's a tool, have fun.
Yeah, like the artists can actually get their hands dirty, maybe mess with the code, tell the AI where it's going wrong.
Well, let alone how it evolves. Yeah, that's different. Okay, interesting.
Okay, so first thing bubbling out of the primordial goo, this film called Ancestra, directed by Eliza McNitt.
Ancestra. Got it.
Mark it on your mental calendar, June 13th at Tribeca. And Aronofsky's going to be there afterwards doing like a whole cosmic powwow.
Tribeca premiere. Okay, so they're taking it seriously. It's not just some tech demo. It's positioned as art.
Exactly. Sounds like the official unveiling of the AI filmmaking revolution. Or, at least a really cool, weird indie flick.
So what's it about? What's the hybrid production model mean?
Right, the movie itself. It's this wild mix. Live action, performance art, and these straight up bizarre generative visuals cooked up by the AI.
Hybrid, okay. So keeping a foot in the real world, not going full Skynet just yet.
Yeah, maybe smart. Keep the humans involved.
Well, the hybrid approach makes sense, right? Use the AI for stuff that's like impossible otherwise. Or super expensive.
Yeah, like crazy dream sequences or something.
Exactly, but ground it in traditional stuff when you need to. Enhancing, not replacing, makes sense.
But here's where it gets properly psychedelic. The story. Super personal for McNitt. All tied up with the day she was born.
Okay.
And get this. She trained the AI on her own baby pics and photos her dad took before he, checked out.
Wait, her baby pictures and her late father's photos to train the AI.
Yeah, and the AI then, conjures up this digital newborn with a whole backstory cooked up from her actual life.
Whoa, okay, that's intense. Using data that personal.
Talk about a family album on acid.
Seriously, that blurs all kinds of lines, man. Memory, representation, artificial creation. What does it even mean for an AI to learn from your past like that?
It's almost like giving it a digital soul fragment or something. Freaky.
Yeah, wow.
McNitt's quote is pretty wild, too. She said something like, with Ancestra, I was able to visualize the unseen.
Visualize the unseen.
Transforming family archives, emotions, and science into a cinematic experience that feels both intimate and expansive.
Visualize the unseen. That's some next-level consciousness hacking right there. Using AI to dredge up the collective unconscious of her own history.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. And is that the real hook? Could AI be the tool for artists to finally, show us those internal landscapes, feelings, ideas, stuff that's always been just out of reach?
Maybe it's a new kind of paintbrush for the mind.
And McNitt, she's not some newbie just tripping out. She did this VR thing Aronofsky produced.
Oh, yeah.
Had voices like Millie Bobby Brown and Patti Smith as, cosmic entities or something.
Patti Smith as the cosmos. Okay. Sold.
Apparently it was the first VR thing out of Sundance to get bought, so she's clearly down to go deep into the weirdness.
Right, so she's got a track record, comfortable with the bleeding edge, knows how to use new tech for art. Makes sense, Aronofsky picked her.
Yeah. And they also whispered about 2 other short films coming down the pipe. Still hush-hush.
More soup bubbling.
Just that they'll be messing with this VO tech in different ways, so who knows what kind of batshit creative storms are brewing in that primordial soup.
Maybe one's a sci-fi fever dream, the other's a surrealist comedy about talking vegetables.
Totally. The possibilities are endless. And probably slightly terrifying.
The fact there are multiple projects suggests it's not just a one-off stunt, right? They're really exploring the potential. Different styles, different stories. It's research and art.
So they keep saying artists in the driver's seat.
Right.
Right?
Heard that.
But if the engine's an AI that can basically hallucinate moving pictures, what does that even mean? Are they Captain Kirk steering the Enterprise?
Or are they just hoping the autopilot has good taste in explosions and alien landscapes?
Right.
That driver's seat metaphor is loaded. Does it mean total control? Or is it more like a collaboration? A dance between human intention and this weird AI thing?
And what happens to the director? The ultimate visionary. When you got this co-creator with the processing power of a small, country.
Yeah, the whole auteur theory kind of takes a weird turn.
And the million-dollar question, man. The one that keeps me up at 3 a.m. after maybe one too many. Snacks.
Uh-oh, here we go.
What happens to the human artist when the AI can just, poof, generate visuals? Does this, democratize filmmaking? Anyone with a wild thought makes a movie in their pajamas.
That's the utopian view, right? Access for everyone. Indie creators, no budget, boom, make your epic.
Or are we just sliding towards some algorithm-powered, soulless content mill? Everything looks kind of the same.
That's the fear, the generic sludge. How do you keep originality, that unique human perspective? Maybe the key is how artists collaborate with it. Use it like a new instrument, not just push a button.
An instrument. Okay, but think about the sheer weirdness we could unlock. What other unseen realities could filmmakers drag onto the screen?
Right. What new, totally bonkers emotions could they explore? Stuff we haven't even named yet.
Yeah. Maybe we'll finally get a movie that perfectly captures the feeling of déjà vu, or the existential dread of an overflowing inbox.
Or just visualizing dreams and nightmares with a fidelity we've never seen, tapping into the subconscious. It could be like unlocking a whole new language for cinema. Mind-blowing potential.
All right. So the cosmic gist is this. Aronofsky and the Google DeepMind gang are diving headfirst into the deep fryer of AI filmmaking with this primordial soup thing.
Yeah, deep fryer sounds about right. Hot, messy, potentially amazing.
And Ancestra sounds like a seriously twisted, personal, and maybe groundbreaking piece of cinema. Like a whole movie beamed in from another dimension.
Totally. It feels like a significant moment, a bold leap into the unknown. Could redefine how movies are made or even what a movie is.
For sure.
It's exciting, yeah. A little terrifying. Definitely something to keep an eye on.
So for you out there, floating in the hazy realms of audio, ponder this. If AI can learn to see and imagine based on our memories, our data, what the actual heck does that say about memory, imagination, art itself?
Heavy questions.
Is your phone low-key crafting its own avant-garde film festival of your life right now? while you sleep.
Maybe unplug it tonight, just in case.
Oh, yeah. Keep your peepers peeled for more oddities bubbling up from that primordial soup. And definitely try to catch Ancestra at Tribeca if you can, for enlightenment.
And maybe prepare accordingly for the full experience.
For the full experience, totally.